What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. I have a brand new unboxing video here. Now, this mobile gaming controller that's right here, and you saw it from the title, and of course the B-roll footage, is the Gamesir G8 mobile controller, or the Galileo, or whatever you want to call it. Most people know about the Gamesir G8. Now, this is technically not a brand new controller. This one's been out on the market. They got now the G8 Plus, they got the Lite, they got a whole bunch of different like upgraded versions, but I still decided to go with this version right here. Of course, for all my mobile gamers. So if you're playing the brand new Delta Force that just dropped, Delta Force Mobile, or Call of Duty Mobile, or Warzone Mobile, or any other games, because now with the cloud service and everything, you're able to play on your phone as if you had a PSP or a handheld. And shout to Nintendo Switch 2 if you manage to get your hands on any of the pre-orders. Anyways, besides that, this controller right here, there's one main reason why I copped it, and I'm going to show you guys in the unboxing. Some of you might already know. Also, if you see in this joystick right here, this is actually a Control Freak, not sponsored, but I added the Control Freak grip to it. But once again, we'll get to that all into the unboxing. Also, guys, this is not one of those technical analysis. I'm not gonna break open the control. I'm not gonna tell you the millisecond response time. I'm gonna explain to you exactly my understanding of these controllers as, you know, casual enthusiast who likes to play games, you know, on PC, on PlayStation, and on mobile and on tablets. So if you want all those technical aspects, I'm sure there's other videos out there, and of course on the website, but this is pretty much straightforward. If you game on your mobile device and you want to know whether this is worth picking up or not, you're gonna want to check out this unboxing. And also, I'll show you some gameplay footage from Call of Duty Mobile here, which I play a lot when, you know, I'm away from my setup on my iPhone. So once again, this is the Gamesir G8. It's good for all Android phones. It has a USB-C port, and of course the iPhone 15 and up. So in this one, I'm going to show it to you on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, but like I said, make sure your iPhone has that USB-C port right here, because you're going to need that pass-through, or if not, it's not going to work. Or unless you're going to get the Gamesir, I think G8 Plus, which is a Bluetooth model. And I'm going to explain to you why I didn't opt in for that one in the unboxing, so stay tuned for that. And of course, if you have any questions, if I missed something on this video, leave a comment below. Thumbs up, subscribe. I respond to everybody, and let me know, do you like these unboxing videos? I got more coming for you guys. Of course, controllers, gadgets, all that good stuff. You already know what it is. Hey, you're ready. Now let's get to the unboxing. All right, so here we have it, the Gamesir G8 mobile gaming controller. And this is the packaging right here, so you can check it on out before we open things up. And as you can see, it comes with that retro style color, and of course all the details on the side. Let's get our unofficial box cutter. Cut this bad boy open. All right, let's open this thing here. Let's see what we got. Also, got to get the sides. I almost forgot. This thing is sealed for protection. There we go. Let's see what we got inside. Open this here. Cracking this box open. There we go. Nice. Put this to the side. Go ahead and check that out. Measure what can be measured and make measurable what extends beyond. Okay, some nice little motivational. There's nothing else on the side. Set this down right here. All right, now let's open this bad boy up right here. There you go. And you got the G8 Galileo logo right here up top. And first, it wouldn't be an unboxing without, of course, your box of, I guess, either manuals or accessories. Let's see what comes inside. You got the Gamesir logo on the front. Open this here. There you go. And first you get some, well, those stickers. But it's pretty much thank you for your purchase, QR code, and of course, if you want to extend your warranty. So put that to the side right now. Let's see what else we get. I'm pretty sure we get stickers in here. Yep, there you go. You got your Gamesir holographic sticker. Put that on your laptop, on your PC, wherever you want. Next up, I'm sure this is, yeah, pretty much you got your instruction manual. So I'm pretty sure they have a PDF version or online. I guess if you scan that QR code, and it comes in different languages. But if you want to learn all the hotkeys, you want to learn all the shortcuts, you want to go through all this stuff, as you can see, it's massive. I think you're better off going online. And I think that was it. I don't know what this is for here. This is a little, I guess, quality control sticker from Gamesir. Make sure it passed quality control. All right, so here we go. Let me open this a little bit so you can see it better. And let's zoom in a little bit so you guys get a closer shot of what we got here. All right, so first impressions, once again, the color is one of the main attractions here, of course, with the retro style with that gray and purple going on. Let's take these protectors off that protect the Hall effect joysticks, which I'm gonna get to right now. And then let's just put that to the side. And let's take this bad boy out the box. There you go. Look at it, check it out. Close-up shots. Left side right here. Very nice. All right, that's the back right there. And it does have two paddle, or I guess paddles, or extra triggers or buttons for the back. And this is a telescopic controller. So if you have much bigger phones, it accommodates all sizes. And probably the most important thing for me here, it's right here, this USB-C. So this is strictly for USB-C phones, Androids, and the new iPhones, which is what we're going to try today with the iPhone 16 Pro Max. But this is also adjustable, meaning it moves up and down, so that way you don't damage or break that. And it's pass-through charging with USB-C here. And that is probably the biggest reason why I wanted to try this controller. Not only that, obviously the Hall effect joysticks here, which are almost comparable to the size of a gaming controller. So for example, I'm going to put it right here next to it. This is the Xbox Elite Series 2. And you could kind of get a gauge for the size of these joysticks here. As you can see, they're pretty almost spot on in size. And a quick size comparison right there. You have it. There you go. Let's put that back. And yeah, let me move this box for a second. So this controller here, like I said, I'm not going to get too technical with stuff. My reviews are more straightforward for, the casual average gamer who just wants to pick up a phone, an iPhone, an Android, a tablet, whatever the case is. But this is strictly for iPhones 15, 16 and up pretty much. And any Android, obviously, because of the USB-C pass-through port. But I also had this controller. Give me 1 second. All right, here we have it. This is the Scuff Nomad mobile controller. I did a review on this on my channel if you want to check it out. But I really like this. I tried this controller for a long time here on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I was playing Call of Duty Mobile and Call of Duty the Warzone Mobile. But the only issue is, as you can see, this thing does not have any USB-C charging ports whatsoever. It does at the bottom if you want to charge this controller itself. Let me, hold on, zoom in here. There you go. So it charges the controller itself, but this has to get paired by Bluetooth only to the phone. And that was a big, big, big con on my list of why I needed to upgrade or get another or try another different mobile gaming controller. And that's where the Gamesir G8 came into play. And now we have this bad boy here. And as you can see, it does have a USB-C right there. Let me zoom in so you can see it. And at the bottom, so you have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and you can also plug it in to charge your phone and keep this thing going. Because of course, I usually don't charge my phone all the way to 100, or when I do try to game, the phone is usually on 60% or so. And that causes an issue because I don't get to game, as long as I want to. And plus it's going to kill the battery on my phone because I need it. So this is a big, big plus. And of course, you can also connect this to a battery bank if you got an Anchor or anything, whichever company you prefer, and you can keep gaming. So now we're going to try this out. We're going to open up, before we do so, hold on. As you can see here, you also have these different joystick. There you go. These joystick caps. Of course, if you're an FPS player, you're going to want, an extended one for more precision. And there you go. Those are different sizes. I'm going to put these to the side. And you also got concave and convex. So depending on your preference style. So look at that right there. Pretty standard with all controllers. One last thing. These plates are magnetic. So if you want to exchange those, basically you're going to want to just pop this out. As you can see here, it just comes right off. It's magnetic. Same thing with the other side. And if you want to get, hopefully they come out with some custom base plates like they do with the other controllers, but we'll see. And as you can see, these pop right out. And all you got to do is take off the cap and swap it out with one of the ones you prefer. So let's say this one right here. Boom. And you're good. There you go. And you just pop these back right on. Magnetic, like I said. And I'm not gonna lie, controller feels good, you know, good in the hands. These buttons here are very responsive, or they're like membrane tactile, I guess, buttons. They're not clicky like, you know, like what do you call it? Like the one on the Scuff Envision Pro, where it's like almost like a mouse click. And you also have your triggers here. And these are, you know, these two at the top here. Check it out. Typical standard. And these are full. They don't have that instant trigger like these do have full travel. So let me zoom in here. There you go, full travel. Same thing with the other side, but you do have the option to make it almost, well, not almost, instant triggers by holding the memory button here, and I think pressing the button. But we'll do that in just a minute. Let's get the iPhone here. Let me, this is meant to try without, you know, any covers or any cases. So we're going to remove this case here. And then we're just going to pop this bad boy right here. As you can see, you have the USB-C. There you go. Perfect. Nice fit. And of course, it clears the camera bump here. That's a question most people have, especially with the iPhones with those big camera bumps now. And it looks pretty good. Hold on. Now let's fire this bad boy up. All right. So I downloaded the Gamesir app here, but I'm going to be quite honest. I don't want to go thorough into this. Basically, this is going to help you customize. I believe it's more functional for an Android, but I'm not going to go in the process of pairing this or doing anything crazy. But just know that you can download this app. And one thing to note, as you can see here, if you look at these bottom LEDs, they're blue right now. They call it the G8 mode. If you hold these two buttons together for a couple of seconds, the white color is for PS Play. So I guess if you're playing any PS remote games, and then if you hold it again, then it turns green for Android. But since this is an iPhone 16 Pro Max, we're going to hold it, go back to blue. There you go. And let's fire up a game. Let's see what, oh, one more crucial thing, since we're going to be playing Call of Duty and it's an FPS game. You're going to want to hold this M button right here. Hold it down and hold these triggers for 2 seconds. You see, it blinked red. So basically now they're instant triggers, although it's still going to be, it's going to travel down fully. You're going to get instant response for shooting, or I guess you can also use this app to remap the buttons. So you want to map these to, you know, shoot. You can do that as well. So let's fire up Call of Duty Mobile. All right. Don't mind the fingerprints on the screen, but here we go. Let me see if I can turn this volume up. And I want to see pretty much how the controls feel. Also notice that they are offset, very similar to the style of the Xbox and Nintendo Switch controllers. So if you're more of a PS5 or PS4 or just PlayStation in general, or the Scuff Envision Pro, you would be more accustomed to having the joysticks down here, both of them. But this is an offset pattern. And like we did it earlier in the video, I did install that high rise or extended joystick on the right. These are Hall effect joysticks. If you guys don't know what that is, basically it's kind of like drift proof. So if you have issues with, you know, analog drift, this is supposed to counteract that, and you shouldn't have any, you know, new technology, I guess you could say. But the Hall effect joysticks are the ones you're going to want, because you're not going to get any drift, or, you know, allegedly, as it claims. I'll put this down for 1 second. Also, guys, if you like control freaks, like, you know, those grips that you can put on your controllers, these bad boys here, they do seem to fit. Check this out. Boom. So now, as you can see, it fits perfectly. And this is the one I bought for the Scuff Envision Pro, and it seems to fit this, the Scuff Reflex. I don't know, it just seems to fit. So if you want that extra grip right there, there you have it. So here we go. The game is fired up, and for some reason it's upside down. Give me a second. All right, so check it out, guys. I'm back here. Something I just found out. I was firing up during the recording of this video, trying to figure out why Call of Duty Mobile wasn't responding to the joystick. So what I did here is I noticed I had to change this to a white background, which is pretty much reserved, or in the instruction manual, it labels it as the PS Play, I guess, pairing. But for whatever reason, iPhone 16 Pro Max, it's the white light, not the blue one. not the green one. So for example, once again, if you hold these two buttons up here, don't worry about that. You see it turns green. That's for Android. And if you do it again, you get a blue. It's called the game touch mode. I thought this is what it was supposed to work for the iPhone, but it doesn't. And then I went to the white light here. There you go. Let me just get out of here. Don't allow for 1 second. Start a match, and you're going to see that it pretty much works. Also, another thing, this does have these back paddles right here that are programmable. If you want to program these right here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hold right here, this M button, hold it. Then hold the button. So for example, let's say you want to map this one right here. Hold it down while holding the M button. And then let's say you want it to be for crouch. Let's say B here. You press it. And then now that back paddle here that I just did as an example right here, this should be my crouch. So check it out without pressing the B button. See? And the same, I mapped this one back here for jump. So this one right here to jump. So once again, hold this memory button here. Hold the back paddle, the one in the back, and press A. And then now when you press that back paddle, and last but not least, like I said, if you hold this button and you hold these triggers, you hold it for 2 seconds, you'll see this blink red. 1 second. There you go. You saw it blink red right here. And then the same goes for your right trigger. So you hold this, and hold the right trigger for 2 seconds. Green. Red. You want it red. That's instant. So check that out. Instant. The same thing here. Extremely responsive, guys. Extremely. So if you go here to the firing range, I still haven't, once again, I still haven't mapped my buttons here or sensitivity, but it does run pretty smooth. Wait for some gameplay towards the end of the video, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it's super responsive. As you can see here, look, even the slightest touch here, look, check it out. I'm gonna try to zoom in, focus. Crazy. And over here on this side. So this is connected by USB-C, which is another great thing because it's instant. Remember what I was telling you with the Scuff Nomad, this one right here, this was Bluetooth. So there was this slight lag, like a delay whenever you were moving your joystick. So as you can see here, once again, this is precise. Mind you, I can't play right now because I have this camera right in front of me, in front of the actual game, so I would have to play through this, but you know, stay tuned for some footage and you check it out, how this game looks. But like I said, movement very smooth, looks great. Those back paddles are clutch and very responsive. See? Gameplay says it all.